Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the NASCAR Kellogg's Truck Series. Last time was Rockingham. Brandon Morse picked up his first and possibly last career victory. He's stepping away from the sixth truck at the end of the year. That leaves a big vacancy. This time out, we're at a short track, a whole bull ring. It's Martinsville. It's a celebration of 35 years of one of the more criminally underrated albums of all time. It's the Valotte 250. Before we get any further, let's talk about the point scenario. AJ Jones just collapsed last race. Sits a full race behind with over a full race behind with 4 races left. So Pete Townsend is your points leader. But now let's get to the starting lineup. Eddie Money's on the front row. He's alongside Steve Carell, who's got his second career pole, but is only one of 2 drivers in the field not to have led any laps at all this season. Well, of the full-time drivers. Tommy Chong and Martin Freeman in row 2. James Young, Daniel Bruhl. There's the man who did Valotte. That's Julian Lennon. Finally a good qualifying run, but he's on the outside. The outside of his teammate, Billy Preston. Lin-Manuel Miranda and Red Fox round out the top 10. And there's Billy Joel in what might be his final start of the year. Alongside Taylor Goldsmith. There's A.J. Jones. He's going to try and claw back some of that gap. He's starting next to Dwayne Rock Johnson. And Miranda Cosgrove and Jacob Rose with a good qualifying run. King of Pop, Michael Jackson, starting alongside Frank Sinatra, old Blue Eyes himself. Rounding out, I believe, the top... the top 20, I want to say, is Mitch Hedberg and Tom Clancy. Yes. Mark Watney will line up next to Meatloaf. Then there's Benedict Cumberbatch and Brandon Morris. Wayne Brady will line up next to Simon Cowell. And Solid Snake, the only other full-time driver not to lead at all, is next to Andre the Giant. And Maurice White will start next to Nicolas Cage. Weird Al starts next to Pete Townsend. Terrible qualifying run. He's at the back and he's on the outside. It's going to be interesting. Lemmy Koopa and Lionel Richie. Then Gilbert Godfrey, who's done nothing all year, and Peter Onjak. Well, Gilbert did win at Bristol. Hilda, Buddy Lazier. That's your back row. I guess it's no surprise that it would be Buddy Lazier at a track this weird. I mean, it's not really a weird track, but for Buddy Lazier, it is completely out there. Now, what else did I want to hit upon? I wanted to hit upon something. Maybe looking at the back of the Oh, yes. I wanted to see if either of the part-time drivers in the field had led laps, because some have, some haven't. Billy Joel's led 23 laps. Julian Lennon, he's last in standings. He hasn't led a single lap. A rough season for him. Will likely move ahead of Tracer in the points. Maybe even Jack Halleck. Benyako, maybe Adele. Adele's a very doubtful. He'd have to win. Anyway, here's command for the Valotte 250.
Drivers, start your engines!
Okay, enthusiastic announcer guy. We are starting. very short. It's the shortest track on the schedule. It's even shorter than Myrtle Beach and Bristol. That won't be the case next year, as we had to believe Hickory will be the smallest track. That's next year. Meanwhile, we're just focused on the Valotte 200, which is underway. Steve Carell leading the field in the turn one. You can see some drivers just got terrible starts. Carell able to clear off of 2. Those are the Warwick Davis Racing Toyota Tundra teammates. Tommy Chong looking for his 3rd win, but Steve Carell will finally lead a lap. Maybe only one, because Tommy Chong just took the... No! Caution is out. Caution is already out. From the looks of it, it looks like... several of these drivers already took. That's going to be interesting. Tommy Chong was race leader. Taylor Goldsmith stopped on track. I bet you. Oh, no. Here we go. We got... No, that's the wrong button. He got hooked by the rock. Oh, makes contact with A.J. Jones. That's not good. Really slow. As you can see, these guys are under caution. They're beating and banging in the back here. Very interesting. Oh! Oh, contact being made. Taylor Goldsmith. His highlight of the season was winning the pole in the season opening. That was the old El Paso 200. It's been a disaster since. He's already a lap down. Oh, that's going to be very interesting because he's going to start on the inside. Well. Oh, more contact under the yellow. Nothing too major, looks like, yet. Tommy Chong, your race leader at the moment. There's Steve Carell in 2nd. Let's talk about Tommy Chong for a second. He's had a very interesting year. He's only 3rd in points of drivers on his team, but he is beating Gilbert Gottfried, who was last of all the full-time drivers. No, yes. Peter Gabriel's 2nd among the part-time drivers. Tommy Chong, he is 9th in points with 2 wins. Oh, perhaps overshadowing his teammate Frank Sinatra, who has 1, and Eddie Money, who has 0. Those are 7th and 6th in the championship battle, respectively, although they're all but out. Oh, this time we should see more beating and banging. A 5-lap caution period. Very interesting. And there's Taylor Goldsmith. These guys still stacking up for whatever reason. Pace truck down pit road. Here's the lap truck of Taylor Goldsmith. Oh! Green flag is back out. Here, it's a mess. Taylor Goldsmith back up running with the trucks that he got into incidents with earlier. Billy Joel's gonna pit. Very interesting strategy, especially if there's another caution. He brings his Logan Cloud Motorsports. Oh, he's got damage. Oh, yeah. You can hardly read the Melling logo on the side of that truck. Tommy Chong leads. Running through your field. AJ Jones up to top 10. Pete Townsend's 29th, but look at all these trucks double file. Look at this, Julian Lennon running 9th. Now there's Billy Joel, not Billy Preston. He's a lap down. Oh, he's last. He only lost a lap, so theoretically he could be in decent position, especially if we remain green. Tommy Chong trying to pull out a gap. Very interesting. It's going to be hard. Luckily, the draft really doesn't affect. Or unluckily. That depends on your point of view. Billy Preston looked like he was going to make a move for the third spot. Oh, there he nearly got right on the. He was perched on the back bumper of the 23. I thought he was going to use the chrome horn. Looks like he's diving down low and might have just arrow pushed the 23 up the track, but won't get the run. Now he tries again. Maybe if he had stuck it out the first time. This time, he's going to get it to stick into the corner. Pokes a nose out ahead. And will have the position at the line. Probably take him another straightaway to clear, and that's just what. No! Eddie Money unclears himself. He's getting a run on the high side. And might actually get him back. Preston just. The truck went away. Almost looked like James Young was going to take a dive. Now Billy Joel mixing it up with the lappers. He's not exactly making good use of his fresh tires. He's stuck behind lap traffic. And he's a lap down. There's Brandon Morris, who shows no interest in returning. Because that's just what Chippos do. AJ Jones, solid running 10th. Meanwhile, where is Pete Townsend? He's back in 32nd. Ooh. So right after... Oh, and look at this. Peter Onjak with a move. Tried to take 32nd. That's not going to work. Be very good news for AJ Jones. Right when we just had written him off, he could launch himself right back into the hunt. But it would definitely help. 10 versus 32. He's going to get back everything that he lost and a little bit more if they finish where he is. But he could really capitalize if he can get a few more spots. Meanwhile, Steve Carell back on the back bumper of the 36. Now Chong pulls out a truck light for 2. Into turn 3, through turns 3 and 4 to go. Steve Carell, will he make a move down the front straightaway? No, he will not. Oh, but Billy Preston, who did get Eddie Money, he could have the fast truck right now. Preston looking for a second. Steve Carell just really sent it. He hooks the 36, nearly spinning him. Wow. Tommy Chong saved it. Oh, his chances of winning nearly went up in smoke there. Now let's see if Billy Preston can get around this 86. He just bumped him too. The action spot seems to be turn 3. Billy Preston, he's looking. He's a lane down. Now he ducks back in. And he left the inside a little exposed. But Eddie Money not nearly near enough to capitalize. AJ Jones trying to find a way around Julian Lennon. Luckily, he's got a lap truck buffer between him and the next car on track. Hilda's moved up to 33rd. She'll be the next one to take a crack at Pete Townshend as Pete Townshend tries to pass Simon Cowell. Now Hilda with the crossover. Oh, this is big. Championship implications. Every point matters. Every spot matters. And this consistency is king format. Down the 33rd. Now possibly down the 34th. On Jack. No, he dived it in again. Nearly making contact. Great battling throughout the pack here. I believe that's the gate. On Jack. Tried to kind of diamond it or something. Julian Lennon catching Red Fox as the top 3 have definitely started to separate themselves a little bit. And Tommy Chong has started to separate himself from second place. Steve Carell, Billy Preston going for second place. So he'll get back to the inside. But Steve Carell will hold on. Once again, Onjak below Pete Townshend. The battle of the Petes. It's Peter with the advantage at the line, nearly clearing him. Now Billy Joel, the lap truck of Billy Joel, gonna stick his nose underneath Pete Townshend. The piano man underneath the windmill guitarist. That is not for position. Man, if that was for the win, though, what a finish it would be. Lemmy Koopa's also right air, although he's getting held up on the inside. He's getting caught up on the outside because of Gilbert Gottfried, who is doing the most Gilbert Gottfried thing there is in running in the back. Meanwhile, Steve Carell and Billy Preston have worked their way back up to Tommy Chong. And battle for 5th, Martin Freeman underneath James Young. Red Fox trying to take 7th from Daniel Bruhl. And AJ Jones trying to take 9th away from Julian Lennon. Huge. Oh, Taylor Goldsmith nearly got spun by Lin-Manuel Miranda. And Goldsmith looked like he almost wanted to pass AJ Jones. AJ Jones trying to get around Julian Lennon. Julian Lennon just wants one top 10 to cap. to ensure the season isn't just a complete train wreck. Daniel Bruhl falling. And Billy Preston going to the inside. Nearly cleared off of 2. Steve Carell with the run down the back straightaway. Pokes his nose out in front going in the 3. For some reason, the outside line is better drive off. And it looks like Steve Carell, yes, he will keep the spot for the moment. I think if there's pit stops, that's going to play a big role in who wins this race. Well, it will play a big role. I think it could decide. And Pete Townshend is down to 36. Unfortunately for him at this point, there's nowhere to go but up. Well, unfortunately for A.J. Jones, who is in the 9th at this point, he has gotten past Julian Lennon. 9th versus 36 is a big points swing. Absolutely humongous. 150 points goes to, I believe, 6th place. So that'd be 138 points A.J. Jones would be getting, as opposed to Pete Townshend's 55, I believe. Yes. That would be a 95-point swing. That would be humongous! Pete Townshend nearly just spun Lemmy Koopa out to get a position. And there, you can see how just bad of a truck and brace he is having. So you could... That was the tale of 2 trucks. Pete Townshend in danger of getting caught. There's Tommy Chong just up the track. A.J. Jones needs to gain every point he can. Especially considering we're up next. Sebring is up next. That's going to be... Qualifying is going to be huge there. No. Cup is going to Sebring. Trucks are going to Daytona. And then North Wilkes in Atlanta. So great opportunities to gain points coming up. Tommy Chong just molly-whopping the field. A.J. Jones running 9. 3 trucks under a blanket for the 2nd spot. Billy Preston still trying to get around Steve Carell. Eddie Money is back up here. Frank Sinatra having a very quiet day running in 14th. A.J. Jones with a look underneath Red Fox. The bumper. Arrow pushes the 10 up. But that's not going to be enough, as Red Fox will keep the position as we pass the halfway point in this race. Daniel Bruhl just ahead. See several drivers pulling out. Andre the Giant going for 17th on Benedict Cumberbatch. Nicolas Cage right behind. Further back, there's Hedberg. Last week's winner, Brad Boyes. Wayne Brady actually making a pass. Of course, again, Gilbert Gottfried. Peter Onjak just having more terrible luck. Lemmy Koopa. There's Pete Townshend. It's only 3 seconds away from the clutches of the 36. In fact, the 36 is closer to the back of Pete Townshend's truck than to the front of Steve Carell's second place machine. Steve Carell trying to hold off the 16 of Billy Preston. Billy Preston using the fender again. Got him sideways. To no avail unless Billy Preston capitalizes. Going into one. He does not. Very unfortunate. That was a gift-wrapped opportunity. As they come out of 4 that time, gap continues to grow. Over 4 seconds now. Pete Townshend going to try and get by Simon Cowell and or Lemmy Koopa. But he better do it in a hurry. Chong is a comin'. Oh, Pete Townshend slides up high. That's going to cost him time. Now, the good news is because Tommy Chong is going to be having his hands full trying to get around Pete Townshend, that will allow Steve Carell and Billy Preston and the rest to catch back up. A.J. Jones trying to now take 8th away from Red Fox. Of course, this will all depend on when Tommy Chong does catch the lap traffic. He is almost there. About a second up the road. So close you can taste them. Pete Townshend trying to break back into the top 35. Might do it here. He's underneath the 59 truck of Simon Cowell. Looks like he will get the position. Cowell fighting back, charging on the outside. The run of mediocrity, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Cowell runs it up the track. Perhaps he's trying to find some extra grip, which he did find. A.J. Jones once again looked to the inside of Red Fox. But Fox won't give him the spot. 9 and the 10 fighting for 8th. The 19th just behind, not just behind. Side by side go your second and third place runners. Billy Preston with yet another look underneath. There it goes, another look. Another opportunity underneath. And another powerful corner exit by Steve Carell. Gap definitely closing in slightly. Tommy Chong has caught Pete Townshend. With 20 laps to go, the question remains, what is Chong going to do? Billy Preston slowly... Oh! Billy Preston just knocked Hilda almost into the wall there. What an aggressive move. And it looks like Lionel Richie is going to be able to get a spot. He did at least at the line. And he should clear coming off. No, he won't. Oh, great. Jesus, the draft is way too powerful. Meanwhile, fading a little bit is the 16 of Billy Preston. Perhaps now he's saving his tires a little bit. Tommy Chong aggressively trying to get around Pete Townshend to put him a lap down. He dives down below, coming to 17 to go. Powers away. Now Townshend trying to fight back on the outside as they go through 3 and 4. Chong, once again, trying to clear him. At the line, he's lapped. And Chong will clear Townshend, putting him a lap down. Probably enough of a buffer to prevent Carell and Preston from getting by. We see how hard passing is here. AJ Jones would just like to get a couple more spots. Maybe a late wreck to knock out some of the drivers right in front of him, while avoiding it himself. As Daniel Bruhl, Martin Freeman fight for 6th place. Martin Freeman powers off the high line and will take it. That's not something usually you're talking about. Martinsville. Pete Townshend hasn't exactly been dusted yet by Tommy Chong. Billy Preston to the inside of Steve Carell. Preston cleared off the corner. 13 to go, and Billy Preston takes over 2nd place. Now, after all that time, can Preston chase down the 36? Or is it too little too late? We shall see. The line, well, the gap definitely increased. So, could be due to Chong having no lap. Did it though. Preston closed in on Tommy Chong. This time at the line. It's not what he needs to be catching up by. But he has definitely dusted the 86. It leaves no doubt who had the faster truck in the long run here. Oh man, if Preston only got around like 10 laps earlier. 10 laps to go, speaking of which. And Tommy Chong is sitting pretty. Although there remains an outside possibility that these drivers will have to pit. I have not run the calculations on fuel. Chong, unsure which line to pick. He goes high. This could allow Pete Townshend to close back up and possibly get his lap back. Or will he go use the outside line to get by some of these drivers? Three-dimensional chess is what Tommy Chong has been playing at right here. Or four-dimensional chess. Billy Preston has closed in a lot. Of how strong the outside line for some reason is. Yeah. Simon Cowell gets lapped Now there's a 2-lap truck buffer with 7 laps to go. Preston would have to make quick work of these trucks. Although, if you do remember, Preston did win at Milwaukee when the leader, a Warwick Davis racing truck, had to pit in the last laps. Warwick Davis Racing fields the 36 for Tommy Chong. 5 to go. It was in the final 5 laps that Frank Sinatra had to pit at Milwaukee. As Tommy Chong, seemingly cruising to a 3rd win on the season, winning at first at Atlanta, then at Memphis. 2 miles left. Billy Preston all over the back bumper of that 21. A.J. Jones trying to hold off the 19, who has suddenly come back to life. Eddie Money down the 5th. Well, it's going to be a great points day. Billy Joel hoping that they pit, but they're not going to, it looks like. Coming to 2 laps to go. Coming to the final mile of the Valotte 250. Tommy Chong looking like he's going to try and pick off another lap truck. Caution is out. Race is going to be over. What is going on? Who is wrecked? And A.J. Jones picked up a spot on Red Fox right then and there. Leader's not pitting. So what happened is Tom Clancy blew a motor and just parked on track. Wow, that's crazy. The final lap will be run under yellow. Billy Preston did get by Pete Townsend. Oh. If only Preston had gotten around these lap trucks earlier, we could have had a completely different race. As it is, coming out of turn 4, Tommy Chong is going to win his 3rd race on the season. That is a season high 3 wins by all drivers. Congratulations to Tommy Chong, your winner. 9th versus 36. Just when you thought the championship was over, it's not. NR, go home, you're drunk. For some reason, it just scored Michael Jackson through Lemmy Koopa an additional lap down than they were. Actually, Billy Joel, too. Join us tomorrow for the Spam 500 as the Verner's Cup Series takes to their penultimate short track race. And it was a heck of a race. We'll see you then. A.J. Jones taking a huge bite out of the championship picture. Pete Townsend did get by Taylor Goldsmith. No, Taylor Goldsmith was lapped down. He got by Tom Clancy. 8th versus 35th. That actually benefits A.J. Jones by a whole point. That red... Well, no, actually. It would have benefited him by 4 points if Tom Clancy didn't do the thing, but yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is we'll see you next time.